Greetings, people of the internet! It is I, that Canadian fangirl, here with some new news for ya. It is my lost episode. Okay, not really lost because technically the episode never got recorded, but it's an episode that technically had to get delayed because of incident. So, Summer Wars, the absolutely amazing movie Summer Wars from Mamoru Hisoda, that honestly, objectively, is probably his best film. I love that film, and true story, much like this outcome had a problem from several months ago, this is also an episode that came up in a random anime generator, so I like that it's like, oh, I want to rewatch Summer Wars, sure, go ahead, let's do this. Alright. I don't know, rewatching Summer Wars, okay, one, again, probably gonna be a short episode because there's not really much you can say about Summer Wars because everyone's right about this movie. It's amazing. Like, but it is probably one of the best anime movies of this last decade. What, 2 decades ago? Because it was 2007, 2008. Wow. But regardless, this film is amazing. I love this movie. It looks gorgeous. Studio Madhouse is a true winner when it comes to animation. They have such a good art style. I love watching Madhouse animate. I don't know. If you took out the stuff with Oz, the stuff with the internet stuff, this film would still be amazing because half of what makes Summer Wars so endearing is the stuff happening in real life with this family. And they're just such a fun family. They have such big personalities, and they have such, fun character dynamics that just watching them interact over this weekend is so much fun. So when you get to things like Oz with the internet, the computer virus, and the stakes of the film, I don't know, I did air quotes, no stakes in this film, is when you realize this film is a true master. Like, because it all comes down to this family, and this film really turns on when you get to the big reveal with Granny. Honestly, the tragedy of what happened to Grandma in the film is probably my favorite thing about it, because, oh my god, everything after that, everything after Grandma's scene is so good, because you have that great bit where she's, keeping everyone's hopes up. She had that really nice scene with main dude, I always forget his name, and then it happens, and you always sit there like, no, Granny, no! And it's so effective, but I love that. Oh my god, it works so well. This movie is so well crafted. It is an pure artistic masterpiece. I love it. And it works because of everything in the film. Like, I always say this about Mamoru Hisoda as a director. Dude has is masterful at visual storytelling. It's anything like, I've always said, his film is 2 hours long, and most of his running time is given to montages. He is so good at montages that you can get so much information through a simple montage with him. Like, you got something like Wolf Children or The Boy and the Beast, where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of them, but it's like they tell this, they tell you exactly what's happening in such a good way. And Summer Wars is probably the exception because Summer Wars need a lot of dialogue because there's a lot of exposition in this film, but man, you take out the dialogue and it's like the visuals of this film is so telling. It's like you get so much just from the way it's animated. Like, I mean, this film only had like 3 climaxes, but I with one, it's giving a climax to like 3 different characters. You have the stuff with Kazuma and the fight, then you get Natsuki and the Hanafuda game, and then you get the main dude has his moment at the very end, and it serves to basically give each 3 of the 3 characters these 3 characters something to do, and it's really interesting. I played each of their strengths. Pray you know how to play Hanafuda, because a good chunk of this game is dedicated to Hanafuda, which I love that. This movie is so ingrained in the Japanese culture. It's so nice. Like, this building looks gorgeous. This old, Japanese-style house that has clearly been there since, from, I don't know, Edo? The Edo period? However old this family is. Because I'm going to keep talking about, their long history, and so you can tell this house has always been here since the feudal age. It looks beautiful. Everything about it is so detailed. I love, the little details are great. It's just one of those films where it's like, man, I gotta sit in this house and talk to this family for 2 hours and have so much fun. And yeah. What do I want to say? And yeah, again, with the culture, it's like the fact that Hanafuda was play the role in the climax comes up 3 times, and you get the sense that this is a really important game. It is an important game. I don't know how to play Hanafuda. I know about Koi Koi. I don't know how to play it, but I know about it. It's like, you want to go Koi Koi? Koi Koi! Like, Hanafuda is that game you match the codes and you have the. I think it's like poker. I think it's how. I have no idea. I've never played Hanafuda. Maybe I'll learn. No, I won't. When we get here, I'm not gonna have like Hanafuda. It looks complicated. Like, you gotta match the pictures based on months and seasons, and I know it looks complicated, but like it's one of those movies where it's like, man, makes you want to really get into Hanafuda. And yeah, I mean, I've always said this about Mamoru Hisoda as a director. I think he's probably my favorite director, and I know Hayao Miyazaki, everyone loves him. Shinkai's the new Golden Child. Mamoru Hisoda is basically that one director who always does good work, and I always like him. I've liked him since when he got a start back on Digimon. With some words, you can kind of tell he obviously took what he learned from Digimon and applied it to this, because he directed all war games for Digimon, and it's kind of a similar plot. So it's like, yeah, you can tell he probably really liked, I mean, you can tell he obviously really liked what he was looking on Digimon, took what he learned on that, tweaked the plot so that it wasn't tied in, and basically made it all his own, and I think it works. But like, particularly at the ending with the countdown is like, I think I sort of took a few too many notes from Digimon. Literally, when they're all staring at the countdown clock, and like everyone's and everyone on the internet basically tuning into this one battle. It's like methinks Hisoda took one too many notes from one of its first projects, but a war game's really good. I think we're having dubbed in like 2 months, so I'm really looking forward to that. But it's the one thing I always say about Hisoda. His films always have something supernatural or science fiction to them, but they always come back to family. That seems to be his motif. He has a big thing with family. Girl Who Left Through Time is kind of the odd one out, because they don't really talk about the family in that, because I think there's a romance in that one, but with Summer Wars, Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, more or less Belle. I haven't seen Mariah. It's the only of its films I haven't seen. Although it is available on the Crunchyroll store, so I might be using my credit card to buy a few things at Crunchyroll store. Probably in the next couple of months, so I'll probably pick it up then. But even though I read the songs of Mariah, it sounds like, again, the science fiction element to it with a hard emphasis on family, and that seems to be his thing. It's family, and I like what he does with that. I think it works. And yeah, it's very much his thing, but he tells these stories well. It's like his family, it's either family or found family, and they're always fully realized to the point where you want to support what he's doing. And I just think he's a really good director. And okay, me personally, my favorite Hisoda film is probably Boy and the Beast. I think that's probably unpopular because I don't think Boy and the Beast has a lot of people who support that film, but I really love Boy and the Beast. I think it's like I love the way that film is told. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's so well done. Objectively speaking, Summer Wars is his best film. Everything about Summer Wars is perfection. It's like, yeah, I can't argue with that. Like, objectively, it is his best film. So, I mean, it is his masterpiece. Miyazaki has Spirited Away, that's his masterpiece. Shinkai Ugly has Your Name, that's his masterpiece. And whether or not you agree with that or not, like, that's true. It's like, objectively, I don't know, like, the thing with Miyazaki is Spirited Away is probably the best. It's probably his masterpiece in animation. It's like you may not think Spirited Away is your favorite of the Miyazaki Ghibli film, but objectively, it's probably his best film. And I can't say that for sure, but it's like Spirited Away also won an Oscar, so. And like, Makoto Shinkai. Love or hate Your Name, it is probably his best. It is probably Shinkai's objectively best film. It's the film that put him on the map. It's everything that gets to the Your Name. So that's what you call a masterpiece. So yeah, and arguably, all of those 3 masterpieces, I would probably say Summer was my favorite, and I'm gonna get crucified by Ghibli fans because they're gonna because I'm saying I'm not giving it the Spirited Away, even though it's okay. Taking Your Name out of it, because objectively you look at Your Name, outside of there are plot holes in that film that if you really think about it make no sense. Spirited Away and Summer Wars, probably the 2 best animated features from 2 really talented directors. Okay, that's apples and it's apples and oranges, because it's like, how do you choose? Because because they both have really good. I still want to give the Summer Wars. Although I gotta rewatch Spirited Away. I've only seen it once. Yeah, I got. Maybe I'll do an episode on Spirited Away. Let me know if you would like to see that in the comments. But to go back to what I was saying about Summer Wars, rewatching Summer Wars, I realized Summer Wars might be ahead of its time. Like, this film came out in 2008. The DVD says 2009, but that doesn't mean that it was released on DVD in 2009, so you take that. A big part of what Spirited Away is about not Spirited Away, Summer Wars. I was talking about Ghibli. A big part of what Summer Wars is about the Oz, which is a part of the internet that people go not just to communicate with friends, but to also do business, interact in games, in sport, shop. They basically have this whole. There's literally a whole section. There's literally a whole community that basically lives in Oz, and businesses, do their business through it. People can shop through it. Everyone basically was it. In 2008, the internet wasn't that advanced. Like, I'm trying to think if there was anything about the internet that was really promising what Oz was really promising that. It's like, I don't remember people being so internet savvy in 2008. It's like, the internet was a thing, but like, no one knew what Oz, what they depicted in Summer was. And considering what happened in this movie, considering everything is tied into it, nowadays, I think it fits way better now because everything is online. People do keep everything business wide. Companies do keep all their businesses in on the internet. People do shop. People do communicate. They do form all these connections online. This is a film that holds up way better now. Like, arguably, you look at Summer Wars and you realize, this hits way harder now because it's showing how much people depend on the internet. It's actually impressive from that. So, yeah. I know. It's one of those things I know is rewatching it again for the episode. It's like, yeah, it's weirdly smart. It's a weirdly smart ahead of its time. I think it's a really, really solid film. I mean, are there any downsides to Summer Wars? Like, let's see if we can offer any critiques for this film. I mean, again, I guess you don't need 3 climaxes. But I guess it's technically 4, because you have the... I mean... Really, the threat of what's going on is really at the end when you get to them setting up... Like, before the whole scene with Granny, when they realize that Oz has been hacked, you probably didn't need the people online trying to get back into the servers. Like, you didn't really need that if you're like just watching it. Like, I don't know. But that is a good scene. I like that. And it's like, yeah, the 3 climaxes with technically, but it also sets up a good stuff with stuff happening in real life with the family, with you need to show them coming together as show the connection that these people have with each other, which I think works, which does set up the Hanafuda scene. I know. A lot of that is also painfully aware that Hisoda clearly wanted to relive his time working on the Digimon movie, because everything about that is just the climax of the nukes. That literally something that to crash into them. It's like, okay, he can't make a nuke, because I think people would call foul, but it's like, yeah, Hisoda, you clearly remembered your time working on Digimon, so. But if my biggest complaint is that, and War Game is probably the best film from Digimon, I can't say it's a bad film. So yeah. Hey, I'm just gonna take a break for like 5. I'm just gonna take a break. All right, I'm back. I'll probably wrap up soon anyway. So yeah, I can't think of too many criticisms I have about Summer Wars. Like, I don't know. My biggest complaint is it's a little too similar to another of Hisoda's films. I can't say that's too much of an issue, because Hisoda the director is really good at what he does. So, yeah. I don't know, I think all I have to say about Summer Wars is, like, it's a great looking film. It's got some brilliant writing. The characters are all so fantastical and lovable. It's a great cast. The story is fantastic. It's from a great director. Honestly, if you haven't seen Summer Wars, go watch it. It's likely one of the best films you're ever gonna watch. So, thanks for listening to my last episode on Summer Wars. This is a lot of fun to do. Honestly, I want to talk about this week, so I figured, well, what the hell? I'll cover this episode that was supposed to come out months ago. Remember to like and follow all my socials. Remember to like and follow this podcast too. That's how you're gonna get recommended. That's how the algorithm recommends it to you. And remember to recommend this podcast to friends, and help the algorithm. Help get the algorithm to recommend it. Because the more you like, the more you follow, the more the algorithm recommends me to others. So, all the most even algorithm that decides whether or not we get discovered or not. So, well, I don't know if it was for we. That's me. Okay, hang on. Oh, I'm still. Okay, leave a comment if you're so inclined. They'll in the description down below. No gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep in this community. If you like something, you're a fan of it. Don't let other people tell you otherwise. And remember, when people ask what fangirl do you listen to, it is That Canadian Fangirl. Which Canadian Fangirl? That Canadian Fangirl. Alright. There, peoples. Hopefully that